What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to an all-new episode of All Hail the King. This is going to be episode number 29, and it features a Gamora and Rocket Raccoon team-up. Even more specifically, it's going to be both of their movie ults, but to be honest, the most important part about this setup happens to be the weapons. That's right, because of that guaranteed hit and guaranteed crit, we're going to be bringing back some old favorites. And one last great thing about this setup is, you can get both of these items right now in current missions for free. So without further ado, here's our setup. I'm using the Infiltrator and Powered Armor, the Guardian Insignia, the Revolt 5, the Power Gauntlet, and the Synthetic Cube. With guaranteed hit and guaranteed crit, your Revolt 5 is going to do quite a bit of damage to one or more of the enemies, at the very least setting them up for a Power Gauntlet finish. Then Rocket Raccoon and Gamora are no slouches either. They're going to add plenty of damage as well. And on top of that, this team is more resilient than you may think. In large part, it's due to that survival training. Your agent with his Guardian Insignia provides survival training to all movie Guardians. What this means is they will have a 50% damage reduction while their health is over 80%. This really gives them some early game survivability, even against something like a Quick Lock team. And the fact that we are using two infiltrators is definitely going to make some of these tactician-heavy teams pay. And here's the moment that we've been waiting for. First we'll use the Guardian Insignia, then the Revolt 5 on the enemy agent. The results will vary depending on your opponents, but you should get a guaranteed hit and crit. It looks like against this agent, we're going to do about 10,000 damage per hit. But actually, we were missing our combat reflexes for that first hit, and that gives us a stealthy attack and a 30% damage boost. That will always come in handy, but especially if you're facing a team that doesn't have a tactician. After our first hit on a tactician, or using our empowered armor ability, either way, in this particular situation our damage jumps from 10,000 to 15,000 a hit. Plus, when using the Revolt 5, you don't really have to worry about disoriented, because only 1 out of 6 shots is going to hit your teammate, and then you'll be rid of that annoying debuff, which will free you up for the Power Gauntlet hit. Since the enemy agent's very close to death, we're going to use that hit on Medusa. Even with her damage reduction, she still takes a very big hit, and now she's also going to be counterattacked, so she and the agent are very close to being knocked out. With Gamora up next, we're going to use her Whirlwind, and that should take out 2 of the 3 enemies. Then believe it or not, after this, Rocket Raccoon may be able to finish off Tigra before she even gets another attack. She does have Pyrophoric Flame, so that will definitely help us out. As we fire our BLAM, we're going to place Radiation Exposure and trigger that Pyrophoric. This damage really adds up, especially when you can fire BLAM 3 times in a row. So I guess you can say Rocket and the Revolt 5 are very similar, in that they both fire a lot of shots, and that damage really adds up. By the end of it, we drop the enemy below 10k health, and so she does die to dots. Now this next match is against a somewhat inferior opponent, but there's something pretty significant that I want to show you. We all know that Dr. Doom places cower on your entire team, and this is something that other characters like Gamora can do as well. The thing is, with the Revolt 5 and the Power Gauntlet, this doesn't actually hurt us. Instead, believe it or not, it actually helps. Each time we fire the Revolt 5, we gain attack optimization. So normally we can gain up to 6 stacks. However, each time the cower kicks in, we don't expend an ammo, and we get to fire it again. Both of these attempts count towards attack optimization. In just one moment, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So far, you see we have been hit with cower a few times. And so check it out. We have 2 more shots remaining, and we're already at 6 times attack optimization. We're going to take out Dr. Doom, and then we still have more shots. Well, technically 1 more shot, but we do get hit with cower once again, and then we finally fire our final ammo from the Revolt 5. That leaves us at 9 times attack optimization, and that will do some incredible damage. However, you probably guessed it, the first time we try to use it, we do get hit with cower. But I'm not going to give up on it. With Rocket, we're going to use BLAM BLAM BLAM, and then on Gamora's turn, I'll use a demoralizing shout. So this agent isn't getting off that easy. We're going to finish him with the Power Gauntlet. Plus, I want to see just how much damage it's going to do. Remember, if it wasn't for Cower, it's going to be a guaranteed hit and guaranteed crit. Alright, so we're almost back to my agent's turn, and here comes that Gauntlet. It does about 125,000 damage total. And by the way, I have no idea how that agent got that high of a rating. But anyways, our final battle will be against a Quicklock team, so you can see that resiliency I was talking about. The enemy Quicksilver begins his turn by attacking my agent with blinding punches. He also takes a brawl follow-up, but as you can see, he doesn't take that much damage in total. Then his Vortex Lariat misses 2/3 of our team, and Gamora isn't even stunned. So take that first round Vortex Lariat. I absolutely hate when they use that first round and it actually stuns. Then debating on what I'm going to do with Gamora, I probably should use her level 2, but instead I'm going to place Mangle on their entire team. Basically, I'm worried about what their agent might do. We do get hit with Psybolts, and we're going to trigger a tag team counter. But the interesting thing is, it doesn't do much damage at all. Next, the enemy Psylocke hits our rocket with a Telekinetic Katana. And finally, it's time for our agent to use his Guardian Insignia, followed by Quick Reflexes, and then we'll fire the Revolt 5 on the enemy agent. Quicksilver is a tempting target, but instead we're going to try to take out the enemy agent before he gets a turn. It's always interesting to see how much damage we can do with each shot. So here it looks like we're going to do about 13k crits. If this keeps it up, then we can maybe use the Power Gauntlet on a different opponent. Or there's another way we can go about it. Basically, once we get the agent low enough in health, then we can begin using the Revolt 5 on Quicksilver. The reason we can do this is because we're fairly confident that our Power Gauntlet can do 35,000 damage or more to the enemy agent. So why waste any extra shots when we can use them on the enemy Quicksilver? So after using our very last ammo, we'll go ahead and see if we were right. Here comes the moment of truth. And we do over 70,000 damage, so twice what we needed. Then on Rocket's turn, I'm going to use BLAM 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 and set up that Pyrophoric. Then we have to reload, and next the enemy Quicksilver is going to attack Rocket Raccoon with blinding punches. We're still not taking that huge of damage, but after this point, it's going to start building. Luckily we have an Execute, and that's easily going to finish the enemy Quicksilver. This actually does a ton of damage and has Fatal Blow. So on what should be Psylocke's final turn, she uses a Kinetic Shield. I suppose on my agent's final turn, we'll just use a Power Gauntlet and finish it. And it looks like that's how this video is going to end. So here comes a final hit for right around 70,000 damage. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. There will be a new Subscriber Squads episode tomorrow. And right now there's some bonus footage from the previous episode, and you can click on the link in the middle of the screen to go there or in the description below. Lastly, I'd like to ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck and take care.